And welcome to another episode of the Football Smack Talk Show. I am your host, Ryan.
I'm Eric.
Welcome, everybody, to another wonderful Football Monday here on the show on the Philly Sports Alliance. Lots to discuss tonight. Obviously, our game didn't go as well as we would hope on Thursday. But again,
a theme.
Yeah, I didn't think many of us thought that was a possibility, but still, they did cover. So
there's that.
There's that.
Hey, good teams win. Great teams cover.
That is the saying. What's going on, everybody? What up, Bald Eagle? Good to have you. Can't wait for your show on.
I know. I already can't wait.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So the Eagles go down to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 28-22. That all-important 2-point conversion, which made or lost many people some money.
Yeah, it's funny. I didn't touch the game, but our friend and friend of the show, Mike, he bet the Buccaneers
to cover.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And so he was none too happy, and I tried to explain to him that it is an analytics thing, that supposedly it increases your chances of winning if you go for two in that spot. Because obviously then if you get it, then a touchdown and extra point wins you the game.
Sure. So now that didn't comfort him?
Yeah, somehow that didn't help.
That's shocking.
I know. And look, I imagine if I was one of those that had bet the game, I would have not been too thrilled either.
Yeah.
Well, unless I was, betting with my heart and betting the Eagles, then I would have been ecstatic.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So unfortunately, the Eagles go down to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They are 2-4 after 6 games. Now, I remember before the season started,
we talked about this. Yeah,
we talked about what we were, the expectations after the first 6 games, because we all thought, hey, the first 6 games kind of rough.
Yeah, you were running murderer's row there.
Pretty much. You had some really good teams, and I think we both came to the conclusion that if we came out of this with 2 wins, we'd be happy.
Sure.
And they have 2 wins. So
I feel like I'm relatively happy in life.
We can't technically go back on that. The fact that we
No, and I don't want to walk that back.
No.
I think they've been competitive in most games. There are things that I need as a fan and to see cleaned up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, by far.
And we're going to get into that.
This isn't like hey, everything's great. We got 2 wins. Nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry about. Just keep right up moving. Yep.
We have a lot to worry about. This team is, let's be honest, kind of a shit show right now.
Yeah.
There is a lot to clean up, especially offensively. The offense at times looks lost. Sirianni doesn't seem to understand that, RPOs that you eventually pass are not considered runs. Screens, really not considered runs. Handing the ball off to your running backs are runs.
Right. I mean, look, if you want to run like an end around or like a jet sweep and you want to consider that a run play, I'll go along with that.
Sure.
But
and I'll gladly take all of the Jalen Hurts, takeoff and runs as well. But my point is, the reason why this offense kind of looks like in shambles at times is because we're not utilizing the run game, the true run game, properly. Miles Sanders, coming into the season, was supposed to be one of your top 3 weapons.
Yeah, I would say he was your top most reliable weapon.
Yeah. The man, listen, he may not be, your prototypical number 1 running back, bell cow,
And what that is in this league anymore, the league has changed.
Oh, you're right. And how many of those running backs are
right?
There? McCaffrey, Cook, Henry.
And look, that was a knock on McCaffrey too. They didn't think he had the body type to be a bell cow back.
Right. You're absolutely right. But here we are. There's, like I said, only a handful, but you're still not utilizing the run game even in its entirety with Gainwell or Boston Scott, who, by the way, clearly has died and is no longer on this team.
Yeah, I mean, I was just wondering, like, has anybody seen it? Like, have they filed a missing persons report?
He is on a
I
milk
feel like
carton.
someone should.
He is on a milk carton for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, Julio? We have Lane back. I believe we can still make wild card into the playoffs. Nick just needs to coach his young 22 quarterback better / play calls to too much RPO. Yeah, Julio. That's
Yeah.
one that I wanted to get into is this whole Lane Johnson situation. Now, we have been in the dark for the last couple of weeks
Sure.
as to what the true nature of his time away, his personal time away from the team. Lots of speculation, which my opinion is completely unfair. TMZ, I think, put out a report that he was, addicted to painkillers and he was in rehab.
Yeah, there's no record of that anywhere.
Wow.
That's
And I'm glad that as Eagles fans, the very large majority gave him his space, let him figure himself out, whatever the situation was, and didn't hassle.
In fact, I heard there was like a small group trying to get people together, anybody who had the Lane Johnson shirt, to wear it on Thursday night for the Eagles game, just as a show of solidarity and support.
Yeah.
And that was a cool idea that they had.
Agreed. Eagles fans really handled it well. And Lane himself came out today and said, hey, here's the situation. I've been dealing with some depression, some anxiety, stuff like that I haven't even told, friends, family, something that I've kept them in the dark. And, I was glad he was able to come out and say something like that because he has, whether he realizes it or whether that was even his intention, he has such a voice that even if it helps one person say,
oh, man, yeah, it's totally worth it to say
Lane
something
Johnson,
about it. Yeah.
professional athlete, was brave enough to finally come out and, express, what's going on in his life to his friends, to his family. Maybe I can do the same thing. And that's a beautiful.
You're right. And we've seen a couple examples of that recently. Simone Biles, the Olympian, the same thing. Yeah.
And
it's serious.
Even on the Eagles, Brandon Brooks.
Right. Yeah. I remember that game a couple years ago.
For the longest time. And it was actually, I believe it was right before we played the Houston Texans, his former team, that he, it came out that, he deals with anxiety in such a severe way that it's crippling.
Yeah. He sometimes just can't get himself out of bed. Like, he can't.
And for anybody who suffers even from minor anxiety can understand a little bit about how that is. So again, fantastic that they're able to share these things. And, and I'm sure because of what Brandon went through, I know him and Lane are very good friends. I'm sure that's probably what led to Lane coming out and expressing, what's going on with him.
And I think it says something about like the state of society now, that there was a time, not in the not so distant past, that this, especially in this town, I mean, my God, they'd have wanted to burn you at the stake.
Yeah, especially a professional athlete.
Right.
Coming out talking about this, he was deemed soft.
Right.
And as men in general in society.
And I think the Richie Incognito and what was the other offensive lineman? I don't remember the one that he bullied. I
forget his name at this point.
But I think that was another example of how society has grown and the way that it's been the Lane Johnson situation, much like the Brandon Brooks situation was treated in the city. I think it's just a testament to how far we've come as a society.
Yeah, and especially this city, we've certainly had a history of being tough and
not us.
And it's good to see that aggressiveness of maybe 20 years ago has certainly softened, but in a very nice way.
Well, and it's a way that you can be aggressive, you can be the passionate, crazed fan base, but still understand that they're human beings.
Right. You don't have to be an asshole.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. If you watch Cobra Kai, there's a difference between being a badass and being an asshole.
Yeah. Very big difference. So so we definitely our hearts out to Lane Johnson. Our hats off to Lane Johnson for
Mhm.
stepping up, speaking out. And it seems that he is rejoining the team. Now, I don't know if that means he's going to be traveling with the team or even playing with the team as we go to our first trip out to Las Vegas to play the Raiders next Sunday. We'll certainly find that out
Yeah,
throughout.
and safe travels to all the thousands of Eagles
Oh,
fans.
I was that close to being one of them, but
I know.
I opted to cut my trip in half or my costs in half and just go to Denver.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I can understand that one.
yeah, so I'll have to wait a month, to go out to Denver, but I'll be fine.
That'll be a fun time. Denver is an awesome city.
Yeah, no, I've heard great things. So
Yeah, you'll have a blast.
so if that's the case, Lane comes back to the right side. Mailata can get back to the left. Dillard, who I will say filled in pretty nicely, a lot
Yeah.
than I would have expected.
Well, I think there's still something you said, like Andre Dillard was somebody who maybe he hasn't been given the chance to fully develop. His rookie year, he wasn't quite ready to take the reins. Okay, I think that can be said about a lot of rookies.
Then he got
In
hurt.
the second year, he got hurt, and now we're in year 3.
Well, this brings me to another point. I was having an argument, or not even necessarily an argument, a conversation, with a buddy of mine at work, who's very critical,
Sure.
on this team, and sure, rightfully so, and especially Jalen Hurts. So we're having a conversation where and I said, you know what, why are we assuming or wanting just instant gratification from these draft picks? We've been spoiled by players that come out and immediately have an impact, especially a quarterback.
Sure.
20 years ago,
Yeah, quarterback, wide receiver, running back. Yeah.
I mean, remember Anquan Bolden was the unicorn who
Right.
came out his first year had 900 yards, and it was like, oh my God, like that's unheard of. Nobody comes out, especially wide receiver. Usually takes 3
Oh
years.
yeah, wide receivers. How long it usually takes them to learn the playbook, and
And same with
right.
quarterbacks would sit for a year or two.
Right. It was not uncommon for a quarterback to get drafted in the first round in the top 5 picks and sit for 2 years before he even sees the field.
Aaron Rodgers sat for 3 years.
Right. Now, now that wasn't.
Wow, sure. That
was an anomaly as well. But
when those quarterbacks got thrown in, usually they looked like dog meat. I mean, Peyton Manning, absolute shit his first year.
Set a record for a number of sacks.
Yeah. So I think we've really just forgotten about that, and we only focus on, oh hey, you're a first round pick, you got to be instantly amazing because this other player did it, so you need to do it too.
And I think that applies also to anybody else. Like even when they step in, like a Jalen Hurts situation, even though he's a second round pick, people forget this week was his 10th game in the NFL, 10th game starting.
Yeah.
And people are still looking at him saying, oh, well, he clearly can't play.
Right.
I've said this from the beginning. I will withhold my opinion about that, about his development and how I see him going forward until the end of the season. I want to see all 17 games this year before I make it.
And that was my point to the guy. Aaron, by the way, if you're out there listening, you know what I'm talking about. I said, listen, it's not been great.
Yeah.
He's shown flashes. He has shown some rookie mistakes.
And
I think, injured offensive line is not helping him.
Sure.
Sirianni is not helping him.
To that point, I want to say something. As soon as you're done your point, I want to.
But again, my point is that there are still plenty of games left. Like, save your. You know what? If you want to write down everything after every game and say this is what he did wrong, this is what he did good, whatever. You keep
I think that's making an informed decision. Sure.
Yeah, keep all that information, and then after the season is done,
then you can use that to evaluate. Yeah.
You know what? I was right. He's not a franchise quarterback. Or, oh, okay. Well, the beginning of the season was a little rough. You saw progression. You saw him eventually take steps. That's all I care about is at the end of the season, am I going to say Jalen Hurts improved enough over the course of the season to continue to be the quarterback of this team? That's question I want to know. And
Right. Like I think
to make that decision.
he probably started around here. If he's up here or here by the end of the season, cool. Let's rock and roll.
Right. Exactly. And that's
If he stays right around the same, then it's
all right.
time to start looking. Like
Then
we're gonna have a different conversation.
right. We need to have a conversation. Now, again, as I mentioned earlier, I think a lot of this is on Sirianni as well, because personally, I'm more concerned about Sirianni than I am about Jalen Hurts. Sirianni seems to be a little over his head right now. He hasn't seemed to really figured out the NFL just yet. Now, again, same thing applies.
Sure.
The season, this is his first time, at the reins. There, he has basically zero help as far as coordinators and other coaches, because they're all young too. So there's not a lot of veteran presence in the coaching staff. John, checking in. Appreciate it, buddy. After Philly.
I take you still haven't gotten that follow, John.
Thank you, John, for giving me that good laugh. But again, Sirianni needs to figure this out, and not only that, but Gannon needs to figure this out, because it was funny. After the first 2 weeks, it was, Gannon, he's going to be a head coach real soon in this league. Gannon. Well, Gannon's kind of looked a little bit like dog shit lately, and he hasn't figured it out yet.
Right.
But again, long season. You just went through, as we said, your kind of gauntlet of the season, where you faced, 3 or 4 playoff teams in that stretch. So, again, let's see now that we're playing a little bit lighter opponents. Vegas, I think, is probably talent-wise or team-wise slightly over us. The Lions, we have the Jets. We have a couple of cupcakes here.
Yeah.
Thanks for checking in, David, on YouTube.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Eric, I got 2 words for Nick. Run play.
Yeah, actual called run plays. And by the way, belated happy birthday, David Herman.
Oh, happy birthday, David.
Friday last week.
Okay, well, there you go. Real quick, while I have everyone's attention, I definitely wanted to mention everyone from the Painted Lines YouTube channel. We partnered up with the Painted Lines. We're streaming on their YouTube. They're streaming on our Facebook. Great group of guys over there. So if you are watching this on YouTube, pop on over to the Painted Lines YouTube. Or if you're, again, watching on Facebook or Twitter, still check them out. They have a lot of great content, constantly pushing out stuff, and their website, the Painted Lines, great articles as well. So check out the Painted Lines. We are going to be streaming on there on YouTube for the foreseeable future. So welcome everybody from the Painted Lines.
My point I wanted to get to about Nick Sirianni, I feel like this is a spot where he's coaching to evaluate, not develop Jalen Hurts. And I feel like that's what's happening in these play calls. It's like, he's calling so few run plays and so much of the, pass the ball. It's like he just wants to see Jalen make all the throws, which I understand that. I want to see that too. But, let's put it in the context of trying to win the game still.
Well, okay. I get maybe what he's trying to do is basically throw Jalen out there to sink or swim.
Yeah.
But
I think that's a bad approach.
It's a horrible approach.
Yeah.
If you want the best out of Jalen, you have to have some balance. There's got to be balance, because if a defense knows that 90% of the time you are passing the ball, well, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to send their edge rushers. They're going to blitz. They're going to send people to the quarterback. It's not that hard, but if you make them honest, run the ball even just slightly more, it would be so much helpful for this team, for Jalen, so that he doesn't have to run 90,000 RPOs, which he ends up throwing the ball anyway or running himself.
Well, I think he wants to see, is he going to read that the right way? Because there have been times where Jalen hasn't read it right, where the read would have been hand the ball off and go.
Yeah. He's so ingrained on just, okay, well, hand the ball off at the
as like a last, yeah.
And but also with that, I feel like, if I would love to see him a little bit more under center. I know he doesn't really do that, but I want to see him do some traditional passing when he's doing passing, because all I'm seeing is
Yeah,
him.
can we evaluate him that way? If this is all about evaluating him, can we see what he does when he's under center?
Right. So all you're doing is doing this, taking the ball back, looking at one read, not seeing it, and then running.
Yeah. And some of the RPOs, that's what you need to do, because if you hold it past that first read, even if you try to throw it, you're going to have an illegal man downfield.
Well, not only that, but the fact of the matter is, by the time you get the ball back after fake handing it and looking at your one read, time's already up.
Right.
So
yeah, they're already on you, and that's going to be prevalent this week in Las Vegas, because those Raiders pass rushers are going to get you.
They got some rushers for sure.
Yeah.
So I want to see either under center or whatever, even if it's shotgun. I want to see just true
traditional
passing, to where he gets the ball, he has time to look at read one, he has time to look at read two, he has time to look at read through, get rid of the ball, or take off at that point. If that's the case, if you're going through your reads and you still end up running, that's fine. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I want to see that intelligence in Jalen Hurts to be able to go through his reads and read the defense, see what the defense is giving him, and then make your play. But all I'm seeing is RPO, waste time, get ball, look one read, run. That's bullshit. That's not an offense.
Yeah, I agree with you. And look, let's be honest. Jalen Hurts, we need to see all that, because as much as we want to see how he's developed and where he's at by the end of the year, let's also be honest. He's being evaluated against other quarterbacks that will be available via the draft, or veterans that are going to be available via trade or free agency.
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. Just to name one. Yeah. I mean, but that's the reality of it. And I want to see the whole gamut.
Yeah.
I want to see.
I want to see everything he's got, not just this bullshit offense that they keep running. So far, honestly, it was up until today where I had basically avoided looking at this upcoming QB class. I said, I don't need to look at it now. Maybe I'll look at it later. We don't need that. We're fine. Hurts will figure it out. I looked today. Not going to lie. I looked today.
I looked.
And honestly, I'm not that thrilled. There's maybe two quarterbacks I would even think about drafting at this point.
The kid from Liberty, or
Liberty, and the kid from Ole Miss.
Yeah, Carroll. Yeah, that's my guy. Yeah, I like him a lot.
Mark checking in. The Eagles have played the third toughest schedule so far. Exactly. They have the easiest schedule from the NFL here on out. Yeah, Mark, absolutely. And that's what I'm actually looking forward to. Is, as we said earlier in the show, 2-4 was actually what we were really hoping that we'd be acceptable and happy about. Now that they're getting into the easier part of the schedule, I want to see them beat the teams they're supposed to beat. I want them to beat the Detroit Lions. I want them to beat the Jets. I think they can beat the Raiders. I think they can too. I think they can beat the Giants and the Redskins. These are all teams that we are going to be playing soon. And
guess what happens if you beat all those teams?
You might find yourself in a decent position.
Yeah, you might be looking at a playoff spot.
But if you don't, you're looking at another top 10 pick.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I want to thank the Jacksonville Jaguars for beating the Miami Dolphins on Sunday.
My God, beautiful.
Not only benefiting my wallet, but helping the Eagles. And let's be honest, that's what it's all about, helping the Eagles.
Julio says Watson wants to go to Miami before he comes to Philly. Well,
look, man, like, who doesn't? But like,
right, yeah,
I didn't want to. Here I am.
I don't think he'll have the choice technically. Kai, I guess Khy, Kai. No more RPOs, please. Let's run a real running play. Couldn't freaking agree with you more, buddy.
Yes, please.
I just went on a little rant about that.
I mean, you heard the crowd Thursday night. They went nuts. Like,
okay. I just mentioned that might have been the only time I've ever, and funniest thing that I've ever heard an entire crowd chanting "Run the ball."
That was fantastic.
Really hilarious.
We have the smartest fans in the world.
We really do. Julio, and I don't think we'll draft a QB, probably O line, a linebacker, or DE. If they draft a linebacker, backflip time.
Yeah, if they draft a linebacker in the first round, I don't know that I'll be able to control this guy here.
No, you'll just see me doing cartwheels on the air, just back and forth. Well, actually, you won't. I'll do one, and then
I'll see you
probably fall
over, and then maybe like start doing snow angels in the ground.
I'll do one, and I'll fall over.
Yeah.
Listen, as of right now, Miami is looking so bad. They are looking fantastic. Detroit is the only winless team left. And since Miami lost to Jacksonville, technically Miami holds the number 2 pick right now. Now, I assume that they're going to get some wins, but it's looking great. Colts won, unfortunately, handled Houston.
Yeah, but thank you, Indianapolis Colts, for keeping Carson Wentz in the game, even while you were up 4 touchdowns.
Yes. So the tracker so far, he's at like 99.1% so far.
Yeah, fantastic. Love you, Indy.
We're doing great. Did you see the big guy lift up his shirt in the stadium and the guy with the cell phone? I didn't. We were at the game, so I didn't see the broadcast just yet. I plan on watching it at some point this week.
Yeah, that's my plan. Sometime this week, rewatching it.
Yeah. Oh, and Eric, we really do need to make sure that we DVR these games too. So
I know.
Easier.
Well, I have the league pass thing where I can go back and rewatch.
Do you?
Yeah. Well, it is actually free to season ticket holders, right? So get on your boy Larry about that.
Well, I'm season ticket holder.
Oh well, you should have gotten that email as well.
I don't think I did. I'm gonna have to check my email now. Well, okay. All right. Well, there we go.
Yeah.
I'll do that. Damn it. I could have been watching this the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Mark,
I've gone back and watched several games that way. It's fantastic.
Mark, Hurts' accuracy and anticipation have to get better.
Agreed.
But Hurts has played with 7 different starting lines in 10 games. Didn't we have a tracker last year, or was it the year before?
No, it was last year.
Was it last year of how many different offensive line combos we had?
Yes.
It was like
13.
There's 16 games. Come on.
You don't want 13 different offensive line combinations in a decade, let alone in one season.
In 3 seasons, Hurts had 4 different offensive coordinators. Has not helped. Well, I mean, this is only his 2nd season. Maybe you're. Well, I guess you technically.
Well, yeah, because you had a different offensive coordinator last year in college.
Mark, I couldn't agree that the accuracy's got.
He needs some continuity too. Yeah, I agree.
I feel like the confidence in himself needs to improve because I feel like sometimes you'll see when he does the RPO, keeps the ball, looks at one read, doesn't see it, does the roll out to the right hand side, and there's usually somebody on the intermediate route, and then there's someone usually behind him, and there was about 3 times where there was an opportunity for him to throw the ball to that secondary route over the linebackers right before the safeties, right towards the out of bounds. It would have been a nice 2 feet easy catch, but he hesitated, and then he continued to run the ball for like 2 yards. Which
he's got to get better with that.
I was in section 108. Oh well, shit, I was in 109.
You guys are practically neighbors.
Yeah, we were neighbors.
Yeah,
I did not see that. It might have been when I went to use the facilities or grab another beer. I always miss.
You needed a couple to get through that game.
Yeah, right.
Which I want to go back to the game if I can.
No,
heaven forbid.
No,
okay,
not allowed.
Or can that be on my little soapbox segment?
If there is one, then I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good.
Okay.
Sorry. Go ahead. What do you want to talk about?
But when the Eagles were down, what was it? So the final was 28-22. So the 20, so before the last touchdown they got, it was 28-14. Tampa has the ball 4th and 1 at what the Eagles, what, 45, 46?
Something, yeah, around there, yeah.
And they elect to go for it. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, why the hell would you do this?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you punt the football there?
Right.
And like I said to the guy who was there with me, my friend Bob, my coworker, I said to him, why would they be going for this? Why wouldn't they just punt the ball here?
Yeah.
And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, listen to this place right now. It's a freaking library.
Yeah.
I said, why would you give this crowd a spark?
Yeah.
Like, it goes for it and doesn't get it. Then all of a sudden, we have the momentum. This place is going to go nuts. They come down and score. Like, why do this to yourself?
There's plenty of time.
Why do this to yourself?
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I was a little bewildered by that. Even thought to do that. I would have pinned them deep. And
yeah, we hadn't moved the ball.
Yeah, go ahead, drive 90 yards. Go ahead.
Yeah, that would have been my reaction. Go for it, man. Like, I understand if you get it, you feel like you won the game. And I mean, I understand the sentiment of whenever you get an opportunity to end the game, you end the game. But to me, at that point, like, you had it kind of on lock. You know, like your defense hadn't really allowed much since early on in the game. Like, why not say, like you said, 90 yards, go for it, bub. Knock your socks off.
Yeah, it was definitely strange for sure. All right, let's switch on over. Actually, before we switch on over, I have to let everybody know. Just have to let everybody know. Down at the bottom there, to visit la-terrain.com. They are our wonderful sponsor here at the Philly Sports Alliance. They basically make badass watches and some accessories, sunglasses, other cool things for guys. They do have some watches for the ladies as well, but they're just amazing quality watches. They're relatively cheap. They're not going to cost you an arm and a leg like a Movado or Breitling or any of those, fancy watches, but they're watches for every day. I got this one watch and I cannot wait for it to come in. It should be shipping at some point this week, but it should hopefully have it by the next episode.
You're going to do the right pose, right?
Do the rotator cuff, the Danny Hart rotator cuff. But I can't say enough great things about this company. We've been talking with, the owners, the creators, the, marketing guys. They are just a great company, family company. They just and they love sports. So obviously it was a simple, combination of what we do and what they do. So check them out. Use code PSA for site-wide discounts on la-terrain.com. You will not be disappointed in what you see there. Use code PSA for site-wide discounts. Let them know that we sent you there. Everybody wins. So check them out. Let me know. All right. So moving on to Las Vegas. Real quick here. Julio said Richard Sherman was out early, couldn't attack the secondary. Yeah, he went down in like the first quarter. And then shout out to Bud Light /autism.
Okay. I think I might need further explanation on that.
I feel like we're missing a piece there.
Yeah.
I enjoy drinking Bud Light, and
Sure.
I'm against autism. Is that right?
Well, I think you're for
the fight against autism, maybe.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Mike, holy shit!
Oh, Mike,
what's going on, buddy? It has been a while. It was funny. Mike had posted something, and I was like, but where you at? Where you at? And I was like, right where I was. I met up with a friend of mine who moved to Germany. She's a big Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. So we got to hang out for a little bit. And I was right by where Mike was, but I had to get back, yada, yada, yada. So Mike's going to kind of be away from some of the games. So I believe we said it was the Washington game Mike will be back at. So nice. We'll have Mike over for the tailgate. We'll have to meet up at least at some point and just honestly just thank him for hanging out with us all this time, man. It's really great to talk to people in such a way, and then over the the months, the years, So it's
Yeah, I love the developing relationships that we've gotten through
Mike's been with us for a
Yeah.
long time, so we appreciate Mike quite a bit. So one day, hopefully that football team game, we'll meet up. Oh, and Julio was talking to the autism raffle.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Now I never do those raffles. So well,
I know, we're the 50-50.
Mike is going to see. Damn it! I knew I should have went to Vegas, man. Heading to Vegas on Thursday, working with Doran Boss. Yeah, because with Philly Sports Trips, I know that they have like a private magic show from Doran Boss.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mike's worked with John, and with all the wonderful stuff that he's done with his career in magic. So, damn it, that really makes me want to go to Vegas now.
I mean, we can see.
Hey, if anybody has an extra ticket, an extra seat on a flight, and an extra place to crash, I will gladly go with you.
Funny story about that.
Oh,
although I don't know if they'd appreciate me telling the story on here. Sorry, everybody.
Nobody's listening. We're good.
It's just us here in the trust me.
Just us here. We're good.
Yeah. Well, one of let's just say a coworker of Jody's was supposed to go to Vegas this weekend. Got the vid.
Ooh, I'll take the tickets.
Yeah. Did not get the insurance on the trip.
Oh, you can still transfer, right?
I would assume so.
You could transfer the ticket. I assume you could transfer the. You could call.
I don't know about the flight though.
You could call the hotel and be like, "Hey, I need to update the name on the account."
Yes, you could probably do that. I think the flight is the tricky one.
All right. Well, tell them call the flight. Tell them I'll give them half price on everything, and we'll be good to go.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, hell to the yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I would be down for that.
You've the place that you normally are at is finally back out and open. And I know we missed the last one, but we definitely want to get up there and when you're performing because for sure. But absolutely, I would love to.
Yeah, I'm in. Yeah,
Must live too. And if you're involved too, that'd be freaking the tops.
Hell yeah,
absolutely. But either way, if not, we still got to go see Mike.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely for that.
So let him know half price. I'll be good.
I'll send her a message and
putting it out into the world. Half price Vegas trip. Woo woo! I'll do that right now. Listen, they don't have to waste all the money that they didn't get insurance for. If they cover the flight, to me, perfect. Let me know as soon as possible so I can take off work. Anyway, so let's talk about the Raiders. As you mentioned earlier, they have quite the front seven, especially their edge rushers. Max Crosby has emerged as a top pass rusher in the league. Their whole defensive line is young and is talented. Their whole defense has a lot of talent on it.
It's funny. I went into the season thinking, man, that defense not the defensive line. I knew the defensive line was good. I didn't know they were this special. And I thought the defensive backs were hot garbage.
Yeah, well, I feel like they have talent that just hasn't reached potential,
right?
If you will. They have some good young safeties and Abram and Mooring, and they again have some nice young corners. So I think Mayock, our boy Mayock, friend of the show, Mike Mayock, the GM of the Raiders, has really put together a decent team. I feel like he's just had a lot of bad luck with a lot of things. The whole Antonio Brown thing. Now, obviously, with everything going on with John Gruden,
right?
Just can't kind of catch a break. But I feel like the Raiders are a team that could, emerge in the next year or two as, a consistent playoff team, and especially in that division with the Chargers on the rise, the Chiefs being the Chiefs. It could be a 3-horse race every year. I mean, Denver Broncos are trash, but
Like, which, by the way, F them. What moron thought that, oh, I know, I'll take the Denver Broncos this week after the Raiders had their debacle with their coach. Man, whoever thought that, they're a complete J.O. Yeah, that was this guy.
Whoever's going, they need to download the app Clear to fill in their info to get into Raiders Stadium. Oh, that's good to know. I will download that app now, Eric.
I think I'm going to download that app too. Just on the off chance of whenever I get to go to the Raiders.
So they have 2 tickets or just one? Because we'll both go.
Just one.
Well, I called it.
Well, I know the person, so I think I would get
to pay half off price.
Well, the problem would be more clearing that with somebody else.
There it is. Julio, good opportunity to run the ball and get Quez, Smith, and Rager some yards. Is Dallas off the COVID list? Not yet.
I expected him to be off the list by now.
Data was on the list and is now off said list, but Goddard, as of 48 minutes ago before we came on,
is he another anti-vaxxer? Did he not get vaccinated?
No, I don't know his vax status. Unfortunately, they don't put that information online for us to scrutinize. But no, he apparently is not off the list as of yet. But it's a long week. I figure as long as he gets off said list by Friday and practices, that'll be
right.
Fine. So we will keep a close watch on the Goddard COVID watch, if you will, and then of course the Lane Johnson, whether or not he's actually going to suit up this week or not, if he's ready, able. So, Mike, he'll need to be vaccinated to play in their stadium. Oh,
okay.
Oh yeah, they did.
So that mean like Carson Wentz can't play there, or
yeah, if Carson plays the Raiders,
play the Raiders this year,
I don't think they do. Thank God.
Whew.
We gotta keep that.
I know we have to keep.
Absolutely. I wonder how many other stadiums have done that.
I want to say the Meadowlands has. I know that's the New York area. I don't know because they have the same thing. Like Kyrie Irving isn't going to be able to play. Yeah.
Ugh, what a train wreck that situation is. It almost makes me feel like the whole Ben Simmons thing is not that bad.
Yeah. Right. We're sitting here this whole off season. Ben Simmons, man, like this is the worst situation in the world. Kyrie Irving, hold my beer.
Hey, everybody. How about that flat earth? No vaccines for me. No practices for me. Oh, Lord. So as we were saying earlier, I feel like we have an opportunity to beat this team. I feel like they are kind of how I pictured the Carolina Panthers. Probably just a slight step above us as far as a team.
Yeah, but on an off day, you might be able to get them.
On any day, you can certainly, take care of that. So I feel like we have a good potential to win. Both of our wins have come on the road so far this year.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe we might be a road team.
Are we a road team now?
We might be a road team now. I mean, so far we're a road team.
Well, and we talked about it way back when we predicted the wins and losses for the year. We didn't have the Eagles winning at home until late November.
Well, we're right so far.
So far, yeah, we've been right on their home record.
There you go.
Yay for us.
Yay. Someone give us money.
I know somebody could give us money for outlandish takes.
Right. I honestly going into this game, I'm pretty decently confident, and the line's at 3. Which for the Raiders, which again
is standard home,
so it's really a push.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I think if Sirianni opens up the playbook a bit, opens up the run game a bit,
Dave's advice from earlier, yeah.
I don't understand how he doesn't get how running the ball more will help him do what he wants to do more with Jalen Hurts.
And might actually help you win football games.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end, where's Herm Edwards? Is it, hello, you play to win the game.
Right.
He has got to start running the ball. It just has to happen.
Yeah. No, 100%. And if honestly, if Miles Sanders doesn't get 15 touches, I'm going to be very upset. Whether, you want to count passes and all that, that's fine. I just want him 15 touches, at least, bare minimum.
Well, yeah, bare minimum. And I want Kenny Gainwell to have 5 to 7.
Touch the ball at all yesterday.
Yeah.
So
I want Gainwell to have 5 to 7.
Yeah.
Look, Kim, maybe 1 to 3 from Boston Scott. Can I see him on the field? Can I just see him on the field? He doesn't get any touches, any targets. Can I just see him on the field? Can I see him warm up?
Is he not on special teams?
I haven't seen him.
And then he's dead.
I mean, when was his funeral? I would have liked to have paid some respect.
I apologize. They didn't release that information. Oh, God. As soon as we touched the ball, the crowd went crazy in my head. I was saying, boy, don't you fumble. I know, right?
Oh, God, yeah.
I actually thought the same damn thing, dude. I was like, as he was running the ball and doing great, I'm like, obviously a little too late, but still, I was like, damn. Come on, don't mess this up, bro. This is
right. Well, there was one play where they ran it and got stuffed, and my response right away, I looked over and should have passed it.
Yeah. Well, and I was worried about, the Carolina game when he was running out of bounds.
Oh, my God. Well, at that point, I wouldn't have objected to, say, on the opening possession, start the game with Kenny Gainwell out there as, a punishment to Miles Sanders for being stupid.
Yeah, maybe, but still.
But I was saying opening possession, not a full-on benching for, a quarter and a half. Opening possession, start Kenny Gainwell.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just as a, shock to the system and let them know, hey, don't be a dumbass.
Yeah, pretty much so. All right, Eric, it's prediction time.
Mm-hmm.
What are you saying is the score of the game in Las Vegas, which hopefully I will be in attendance.
Hopefully we'll both be in attendance. Maybe we can find out about a second person. Yeah.
Yeah, we will buy all your shit.
Yeah. I will say 24-21 Eagles.
Okay. I'm going to go 31-21 Eagles.
Oh, so you're saying solid, man.
Score some points and get a nice, easy victory.
Okay.
I think they put it together. I think they ride some of that momentum, or create momentum and ride it into a couple of wins here in a row, perhaps.
Oh, do you see? We got to put Dave's comment up there.
Scott is locked outside the stadium with Ben Simmons knocking on the door.
Well, I mean, I think Boston Scott kept telling Ben, look, just throw something at the door, man. It'll be fun. Just throw something at the door. And he's like, no, man, you're closer here.
That's messed up. Julio coming in with the 28-20 Eagles. All right.
Love it.
A nice, easy victory, it seems, hopefully.
I guess I'm the only one who thinks this is still going to be a nail-biter.
I mean, come on, it's the Eagles. We all know it's probably going to be.
Yeah.
But for my confidence sake, I'm saying we're winning by 10.
Hey, look, I hope you're right. I would love to come on here next Monday and say, Ryan, you were right. Comfortable win.
Well, I mean, it's not like it's the first time you'd ever say that. It's not going to be the last. So,
well, maybe the thing is maybe we'll have to do the show on Tuesday instead because we'll be coming back from Vegas on Monday.
Yes. That's freaking great. I hope so too. So stay tuned, everybody.
Yeah, if you get a late programming alert, the show to Tuesday.
Yeah, watch out.
Or we'll have to do the show live from Vegas, baby.
Live from Vegas if we end up going. which I all realize that's probably not going to
Oh
happen.
no, that's not going to happen at all.
But still, you talk, and you let me know what they want, and
I will reach out. Yeah.
negotiate said price. I'll give you $2.
Well, that will be our starting point. We all know it's not going to be $2.
I could go up to 10.
I might be able to stretch up to 15.
Whoa.
I'm a rich man these days.
Go anywhere with you, buddy.
Yeah, well, now that I'm not going to have to pay rent anymore.
There you go. Looks like you just committed to buying beer for the tailgate for the rest of the season.
Hey, I committed to buckets. That's the extent of my commitment.
Now it's beer too. All right, folks. Well, we are going to head on out of here. It has been a fantastic show. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. The Bald Eagle, which, by the way, make sure you visit all the other shows on the Philly Sports Alliance. In fact, I'll bring up the schedule here. So later we're going to have the Diamond Club podcast tonight. I believe they're still going to be doing that. Broadcast is on a little hiatus just due to work schedules. But Wednesdays, the Bald Eagle podcast, and you cannot afford to miss the Bald Eagle breakdown. He literally goes drive by drive, play by play, and breaks down each play, discusses it, talks about it. It's fantastic. And then the rest of the lineup with Wednesday, Mike Sports, Thursday, Tendies on Patterson with the Flyers season starting up. And then Thursday is Wrestling Thursday. Not only do we have the Tables, Ladders, and Chairs show, but Off the Top Rope as well. Not pictured there. But yeah, check us out. All your favorite shows from the PSA.
Yeah, wasn't there a guest last week, Vince Russo?
Yeah, Vince, I think upcoming this week. Huh?
Oh, that's upcoming this week. Oh, yes, there you go, everybody. Check that
out. But yes, check it out. Got a lot of shows pretty much every day. Obviously we're on Facebook, but we're on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram. Check us out all over the place. Give it a like, follow, share, and every other button that says
blindly follow.
Yeah, absolutely. So real quick before we get on out of here. Thank you everybody.
Thank you.
Bald Eagle. Julio coming in. We appreciate you stopping by. John to give us this wonderful nugget. David from YouTube. We appreciate that. Marky Mark from YouTube.
And from the C1, between C1 and C3 at the Wells Fargo lot, David Herman.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You've hung out with him.
Have I?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm bad with names. I apologize.
I know.
Happy birthday, by the way. I'll buy you a beer.
Well, apparently I'm buying him beers now.
Actually, yeah, you are. Mike, of course. Thank you, Mike. It was great to talk to you. Of course, it's been a while, and we're glad you're doing well, and we'll definitely be meeting up shortly. Appreciate David, as I said. Have a nice night. We will see you guys next Monday. Hopefully next Tuesday, we'll see if we're in Vegas, but Julio with a nice Eagles
nice.
Gotta love it. Love the passion from Julio. But we will see you guys next week, whether it be Monday or Tuesday. We will break down the Raiders game. We'll talk about the season as it is through 7 games as we do. And again, as we're nearing
preview the Lions.
The halfway point. Yeah, the Lions is next, thankfully.
Mm-hmm.
But also a little scary because I don't want to be the one that gives them their first win.
And they've been hanging close in a lot of games.
They lose, they're pretty much right in it.
They are a gambler's best friend because, man, I bet them every week and they cover just about every week.
I bet they do.
Except for this week. They didn't cover this week.
Yeah, they kind of got creamed. But
yeah.
Anyway, we'll see you guys next week. Don't make sure you forget to follow all the other shows on the Philly Sports Alliance on all of our platforms. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Twitch. Keep them all coming. Likes, follow, shares. We appreciate it. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be doing this. I was going to say we have been doing this for how long now?
12 years.
12 years? Yeah, 12 years.
Yeah.
Basically, we were just doing this just on the phone
Yeah. We would just get together and talk about the games and just be like, hey, so what do you think of the Eagles game this week?
Pretty much. That's kind of how this started that many years ago. But so we do appreciate sharing this with you. Appreciate the love, support, and the feedback and the comments. It's always nice to interact. So we'll see you guys next week. Let's go Birds.
Go Birds.
And let's hopefully we'll talk about it on Monday with a nice Victory Monday. As 3 and 4.
I haven't had a lot of those. So
3 and 4 isn't bad. 3 and 4.
Yeah.
So, all right, everybody. Thank you very much, Eric. Before we get on out of here, buddy.
Yeah.
Anything to add?
No.
All right, keeping that streak alive. I gotta love it. All right.
Yeah, like I said, we'll see you guys Tuesday.
Yeah, there you go. And hey, if we are out there, Mike, we will absolutely be meeting up.
We'll see you on the weekend, Mike.
Let's not hold anybody's breath here. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much for listening. So for the Football Smack Talk Show, I'm Ryan.
I'm Eric. Happy football, everybody.
Go Birds!